Okay, so eventually you will be on an 8.5 by 11 inch artboard, okay, that has guidelines and has 4 book plates on it. Right now, you guys are working on just a 4 by 2.5, 4.25 by 5.5 inch artboard. Why? Because that's exactly what each size of these are. Okay, so it will translate beautifully over to your full page. When you are done designing, you can do this a couple ways. You do not need to put these corners in. You could just draw one corner, all right, and be done. And then go to File, New, and then this is going to be called your calligraphy book plate, okay? And this is your 8.5 by 11, one artboard, CMYK color. Oops, not 111. Thank you. CMY, that'd be interesting. We could if we wanted to. We don't need to though because it's a vector. CMYK color and then high PPI. Okay. Now today, what you guys need to do, or when you're ready to begin your book plate, your new shortcut is Control R. Control R will turn on your rulers. Okay. It's also up here on the board or up there on the wall where it says Control R for rulers. If yours are in pixels, okay, all you need to do is take your move tool, go inside of the ruler and double click. Oh, I don't know why it's not doing it. Maybe, that's for Photoshop. If you don't have inches, let me know. I'll come over and help you. All right. Now, to draw your guidelines. Guidelines do not show up when we print. We just put our move tool, selection tool inside of the ruler. We hold down left click. And I need to draw this one at 4.25. So right here is 4.25. So this is 8.5 divided by 2. That's it. 4.25, right? And then this is 11 inches long, so we'll draw one at what's half of 11? 5.5. Thank you. Okay, so we hold down left click and we just drag out to 4.25. There we go. We know 4.5 is this because of the longer. And then I pull it from the top down. I'm looking over at the left, the far left margin, okay, where my ruler is. And now my guidelines have been set up perfectly, okay, so that I have, why does this not look perfect? 8.5, I don't know why. It just looks off, okay? All right, so once again, these will not print, but they're great guidelines for how to put your corners together. Now, you can do this in a couple different ways. You can go back to your corner, okay, select it all, hit Control C, and then move back to, oops, sorry, that's another thing I'm working on, calligraphy book plate, Control V, all right, and you can bring it all in. If you know you're not going to change anything, it's perfect. Make sure you group it. Do you see that mine's grouped already? All right, and then I can hold down my Shift, and I can size it perfectly. I can hold down Alt, okay, and you see those guidelines that are kind of happening? That's awesome. Transform, we're going to reflect. Hit OK. All right, and do the same. I'm going to do both at the same time. I'm going to select both at the same time, make a copy, and then reflect it horizontally. There we go, okay? And then I'm just going to move it down. They are not perfect yet, okay? They are not completely even, and we love math. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually click on this one, and I'm going to click on this one, and you see all these little alignments over here. This will horizontally align them to the left, which I want, okay? And then, or is that what I want? Or do I want the middles? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then this one and this one, we will put it to the right. And then we will do the same with this one, and we will do the tops. Vertical align the tops. You'll watch this one or this one will move because they're not the same. There we go. Okay, and that is how we make them perfect. And then this one will do the bottoms. All right, so wherever the line is, it'll tell you that's what it's going to vertically or horizontally align. Okay, and so now I should be good to go, all right, and I can make them bigger. Maybe I needed to do that before. You'll figure it out, right? Graphic design is a puzzle. Now what I need to do is I need to place. I'm going to place my letter that I cleaned up. Okay. And then I'll just hold down shift to resize it. Okay. And I have to decide where I want to put it. That's going to take a little bit of work because where are my book plates? I need to add in somewhere ex libris or from the library of. All right. I highly suggest doing ex libris instead of from the library of. But you could do that. You could do whatever you want. It's your book plate. You could put this book belongs to. You could put whatever it is on there. And then we have our name. I also stole, if I ungroup this, and I grouped this several times, and I'll zoom in here. All I did was I stole this, but I didn't really steal it. I just made a copy of it. Okay. And I flipped it and I made it bigger to put in this area right there because it fits so beautifully in that little negative space. Don't be shy. And actually, I ended up doing a little bit more. I went in and I ungrouped stuff and I added stuff, and it was quite fun. Text boxes. Okay, the text tool in Illustrator is right here, the type tool. Okay, do not click and drag because you will get body text. Okay, all you want to do is just click once and you get the title. All right, and then over here on our character panel is where you can change the size and the different types of type, whatever it is you're looking for. I am not going to get too specific other than that is the basic text box. All right, we have our different sizes here. You can put more than 72 in, but I don't think you're going to need it. So, but if you need a custom size, all right, you can just down, maybe 37 fits perfectly. Well, you can have that. All right, so once again, your type name is here. Okay, and then I have my spacing on already, but do not do your name and ex libris in one text box. Make sure you do it two. All right, so, and you just double click on it, and I love working off the artboard. Ex libris gets a text box, and your name, just Control Z. Okay, and then if you want, you can go back over and you can change it. We won't talk about mixing type just yet, but those don't look, that's too decorative. Those are too decorative together, but whatever. It's fine for my demo. All right, those actually look good. All right, I personally would pick something of a serif variety, so something that has those little feet on them, or something with a script so that they match your flourishes and your lines. As we can see, this is kind of a stark contrast, not necessarily the best choice, but again, you can decide. All right, so I'm going to go backwards to go forwards. Ooh, Mrs. Fitz did not group all that together. Naughty, naughty. Okay, so my guidelines accidentally disappeared. I'll just quickly draw them. 4 1/4, 5 1/2. Here's 5. 5 1/2. I think that's 5 1/2. Yes. I don't know why 5. I'm too zoomed in. Okay. Is that right? Sure. Okay. Select it all. Right click and group it all together. Hold down Alt. My guideline. Why does that look so off? Did I not set this up properly? Maybe that's 4 1/4. I don't know. You'll figure it out. You got to get 4 on a page that are the same size. Did I do that wrong? That's fine. Oh, it's 5. That's why. Because I'm zoomed in. There we go. 5, 5 1/2, 4 1/4. Okay, so that's why. Yep. All right. So if you need this to be zoomed in, if your ruler needs to be more specific than what it was, just zoom in. All right. And then this all beautiful file is then saved to your cloud, and then you export it as a PNG. You don't need to click use artboard because there's only one artboard. Put it in your pictures, period 2, All right, stamp, letter, edit, assignment 2, that's what I'm on right now, and export it at 300. Okay, and then submit that to Google Classroom and I will print them. We have Workday on Monday as well, and possibly Tuesday, depending on where you are at. But we're going from a 4.25 5 by 5 to that 11, 8.5 by 11. Okay, so questions on that? I think I've made it simple enough, but then also where you get to kind of design on here, it's your choice. You're just how you install it and how you design is up to you. That's fine.